Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. Madison police releasing new details tonight on that deadly shooting. Announced the identity of the shooter as a 15-year-old girl, Natalie Rupnow, who was a student at Abundant Life Christian School. A teen student and a teacher were killed. 6 others were injured, including a teacher and 5 students. 2 of those victims were released from the hospital. 2 are in stable condition, and 2 students remain in critical condition with life-threatening injuries. The police chief there also saying a second grader was the first to call 911.
I'll let that soak in for a minute. A second grade student called 911 at 10:57 a.m. to report a shooting at school. This has been a rough day for our city. This has been a sad day. This is going to be a day that will be etched in the collective minds and memories.
The chief says that call came in about 10:57 this morning, with authorities arriving just 4 minutes later. A Dane County Sheriff's deputy was the first on scene just 4 minutes later at 11:01, quickly followed by Madison police, who entered the school immediately. Authorities found multiple students and staff with gunshot wounds. Officials believe Rupnow opened fire with a handgun during a study hall. Rupnow was declared down by law enforcement at 11:05. Madison police say evidence suggests Rupnow died by a self-inflicted gunshot wound, but are waiting for a report from the Dane County medical examiner to declare an official cause of death. Police say Rupnow's parents are cooperating with authorities, and they are conducting searches of their home. Authorities have not yet determined a motive for that shooting. Jason Dimmerman has been covering this incident all day long. He's live in Madison tonight with a first alert update. Jason.
Bill, we still don't know what motivated the shooter even after another press conference late tonight. Police continue to have a perimeter set up outside the building, which is right behind me, as parents and students come to grips with what happened. It was just before 11 Monday morning the police received the first call for help, arriving on the scene within 3 minutes of learning an active shooter was inside Abundant Life Christian School. At first, some students did not realize what was happening.
We basically just the cops told us to okay, go to the church, everybody go out now, run. It was crazy.
Did you hear anything? Any scary noises?
Yeah, I heard gunshots and screaming, and it was all really scary.
Police say the shooter was armed with a single handgun, using it to target a very specific area of the building. At a news conference, the city's mayor pledging to do whatever it takes to provide help for people who need it, whether it's physically or emotionally.
I am on record that I think we need to do better in our country and our community to prevent gun violence. And I hoped that this day would never come in Madison.
The police chief, also a former teacher, saying it's extra hard on the families involved as they prepare to celebrate Christmas.
If it's a Christian school, then obviously our holidays, our Christian holidays, are very important to the students, very important. It's a time for family. Students probably getting ready to go out on break, and now the break will be a little less about celebrating Christmas than more about celebrating perhaps friends and loved ones and staff members who perhaps lost their life.
For many parents, though, a sense of relief mixed with sadness.
I mean, there's no better feeling than knowing your kids are safe. I feel, and my heart goes out to the families that aren't that fortunate right now, because we know them and love them.
A candlelight vigil is expected to take place tomorrow night to remember those victims near the state capitol. Reporting live in Madison, Jason Zimmerman, Action 2 News.
Jason, thank you. President Joe Biden also releasing his statement saying he and Jill are grieving those who were killed and are praying for those affected by the shooting. Biden went on to say, quoting, "It's unacceptable that they were unable to protect our children from the scourge of gun violence. We cannot continue to accept it as normal. Every child deserves to feel safe in their classroom. Students across our country should be learning how to read and write, not having to learn how to duck and cover," end quote. Governor Tony Evers ordering flags to be lowered to half-staff statewide through Sunday at sunset in honor of the victims. He said he is heartbroken by the shooting and, quote, "This should never happen, and I will never accept this as a foregone reality or stop working to change it," end quote.